Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing today? I hope you are well and good and ready. It is Monday, the 28th of August, my time anyway, or my time zone. I'm in sunny San Diego, 3 p.m. It's 5 p.m. in Central, 6 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 p.m. in the United Kingdom. And that is when we go live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today, we do more conscious stuff. On Wednesday, we do hypnosis stuff. Let me just adjust my desk. Bump it up a little bit. So, yeah, we're going to do a small beginning conscious stuff on this one. And then on Wednesday, we'll be doing a live hypnosis session for getting things done. I like to get things done. Ferocious focus. That's what I call it. And if you are a member of the app, like a subscriber, you'll get a bonus sleep session version of getting things done. That means just listen to us go to sleep, transform while you sleep, and wake up transformed. So there we go. That is the plan. Now, I've been trying to play around with my lighting and the moving adjustments of my lighting. Hey, why isn't this working? There we go, maybe. But I think I've now made it too dark. Maybe. Maybe too dark. That seems dark, right? We could try this one. Maybe that helps. Bit of a sideline. Let's just check on this one. I think I like that bit better. I want to upgrade this camera. This is a Sony 6100. This is a Sony. I don't know what I've got actually. Is it 5100? But I don't like the quality of it. They got the same lens as Sigmas, but this one is so much cleaner and clearer for me. But what I was trying to get is more darker this side. A little bit. So I've been adjusting things. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. Welcome. Would this... I was thinking about this when I saw your comment. The pronunciation. Is it Kara or Kara? Because I've noticed I live in America, and pronunciation of names is different. And I'll give you some examples. So in England, we say Natasha. In America, you say Natasha. Natasha, Natasha. I think. Right? Based on the people I speak to on both sides. I don't know loads of Natashas or Natashas in England. And when I was living in Austin, one of our kind of neighbors was called Kara, with a K. But in England, one of my friends growing up at school, and how it's pronounced in English is Kara, rather than Kara. Then, I don't know, he's not here right now, I don't think. But the Grim Grim, his girlfriend is called Tara, T-A-R-A. But in England, we say Tara. Isn't that interesting? Tara, Tara, Natasha, Natasha. I'm sure there's plenty others. Welcome from Cincinnati. Welcome back, my friend. So pleased you're looking forward to it, Angela. Hey, Mina, great to have you here. Superstars in the house. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. It is hot. I know you're north from me by quite a bit, but how hot is it in California up there? I went for a 4-mile run, or just shy of a 4-mile run, and it was 90 and a bit, 90, 95 degrees, I think. Let's see. It was about 90 degrees. So that was a little bit hot for a run. But it's good to be out. And I'm doing good. Excited. See, that seems a little bit dark still. I'm not very good with the whole aperture stuff on cameras. Welcome back, Cheryl. Great to have you here. Davey is here as well. Getting things done. Sounds like a plan. You don't even need to be here. Get going. Hey, Angela, great to have you here as well. That is awesome. Oh, sorry. This one here. 22,000. Have we got that many? I know we got 22,000. That's a cool number though, right? Let's see. 22,241 subscribers as of this moment. So that's pretty cool. Got some 2s in there. And 2, it's got a 2 and a 4, and 2 and a 4 is my favorite number, 24. Portrait has good view, 3/4 view is a little dark. Hey Tree, great to have you here as well. Listening from Ireland again. Well, that can't be bad. I like Ireland. I've only been to Dublin a few times, but I liked it a lot. That's why I kept going back. Thank you. Oh dear. Get off the live stream and get things done. You're good to go. You don't need to be here. We want you here. Yeah, that is my blue lights. There they are. Blue is my favorite color. That is true. You are the sum. Thank you so much for the super chat, Cheryl. You get one of these. So kind, and it's not the first time. I appreciate you supporting the show. Always know you don't have to. It's always greatly appreciated. It means we can keep on growing and do more, and I really appreciate that. That's so kind of you. So awesome. Appreciate you. Superstar, welcome back to the stream. Hello, hello, hello. Yes. One thing I'm kind of worried about the lighting is I've got 2 monitors in front of me here. The light is back here and I can't reach over to adjust right now for this backlight. This one right here. I can do this one. So Otherwise I would, because I don't know if you remember, or if you, I'm not sure if you're here, and it was a while back, but I was playing around and then my whole monitor went down and I couldn't plug it back in. I had to do the whole podcast or the live stream without seeing anything. No controls or anything. But yeah, I just made a few little adjustments. But thank you for the idea though. I would if I could reach all the way back there. That's okay. You need to probably get some sleep. But great to have you here. 95. Whew. Let's change that. Yeah, you're getting ready for your trip soon. This week to Belgium? You're funny. We cleared all that up. You leave in the morning. Okay, well, have a safe, wonderful trip. Pleased to hear that. I will keep improving. There's a new... Yes, I want to update this camera here. I want to get another one of these. I want another one of those to make it easier to press buttons on the go. And ideally I want another monitor. I've seen a big monitor which is this big. You can't see it. Wait, it's auto. This big. No, it's about this big. And it wraps around. And then I can put these monitors on top. And that means I can be more efficient. That's my plan. Not now. Because I'm investing into the app. That's far more important. In fact, Android just got a new release. I did. Thank you for asking. So I got up bright and early. I should have slept in. But I woke up about 7:30 on Saturday and Sunday to catch 2 games in the morning. So I managed to watch some football on Saturday morning and Sunday morning. And the good thing is I have like a internet cable kind of thing, right? Like a provider, and it's attached to other services. You know, like if you have like a T-Mobile, something like that, and they give you Netflix at a discount or for free. And one of the services they have, although it's an American TV provider, it's called USA Network, I think, and it's included in my subscription. So I get to watch English football on there. So that was really, really nice. So yeah, thank you for asking. The football season is back on. I used to play football. In fact, I was thinking about this. If there's one other thing I could do, it would have been to be a footballer. I was good. I wasn't great. Played every Sunday for a team, but I really liked it. It's one thing I would always want to do, no matter what, growing up. Before school, lunchtime, evening. But there you go, I did enjoy the football. Well, a little bit on the inside maybe, having to operate without seeing anything. But I do like tests. I do like tests. But I don't want one of those tests today. I'm not going to touch the lighting or the monitors. Tempted to, but I won't. Hey Michelle, great to have you here. Welcome, and I hope your son is nice and safe and secure. Where's that? Where's the hurricane this time? You know, we had one in San Diego. Well, it got downgraded, in my mind, to just rain. But technically a tropical storm. So hopefully it does the same for you. Or where your son is. The Gulf. Okay. Now, I don't really pay too much attention of the news, so... But I have got... Because of this time, I did download an app called Windy, and it kind of shows you like all the wind and things like that and where things are going. Oh wow, yeah. Is that the one? Oh, is that the one? Or is there one near the coast of Cuba as well? So be safe. Be safe. Yeah. Definitely on the east. Definitely so as well. Our thoughts are with you, my friend. Hey MDL, great to have you here on the stream as well. We are ready and good to go at 1:15 the hour, already almost ready to go. But great to have you here. Davey says there's a lot of storms right now as well. There's a lot going around, isn't there? In England or somewhere else? Because I know you're in England. I was speaking to my granddad and he said they had like thunder and lightning. Last week maybe? I speak to him either every Thursday or... Yeah, it would have been last week. Definitely so. Yeah. Things tend to go a little bit crazy with people buying things. Even happened here as well. Just go over the top. When there's more than enough to go around. I'm sure of it. Yeah, Davey got things done and he's back. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to say before we start. Okay. Yeah. England rains. It does rain. Oh, good. You sleep well and have a wonderful trip in Belgium. You sleep deeply. Go to sleep. Just relax. Deeper and deeper. What? I know if I look at my screen, I don't know if you're on mobile or not, but I'm viewing myself over here as well, and I can see the 24/7 hour stream, so maybe you just clicked that as well. But I must, just tapped it. But you're back. We almost lost you to the 24-hour stream. That's what we decided. Thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. We do greatly appreciate. And if there's people in the chat who just don't like weird, like the kind of weird that they don't like chocolate, I'll take their portion. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's a shortcut or something. But thank you. Yes, we released, I say we, because I have the power to do that now, a total of 19 new sleep sessions, 4-hour ones. Oh, and I don't know if the list person's here, because I know they listen to my YouTube, but just as the countdown was happening, I got a 2-star review on my app. And it was because the track finished at the 50-minute mark as they were sleeping. So on the countdown, I was just replying to the review like that. And if you are listening, just down, I did write in the reply, it'll take like 24 hours for Apple to process it, but just download it. You've got to download those 4-hour sessions, because otherwise your phone won't fully buffer up. It's so important. And yeah, I prefer if people just emailed me first, because we actually had another one saying that their purchases disappeared, and when I replied, like, just go to settings, restore purchases, and they will reappear. But getting 1 or 2-star reviews, I prefer people just to reach out to me, because it doesn't do the app any good whatsoever, right? And the whole point is to help people. Yeah, and you can also do like the replay repeat button. And there's actually a like the interesting thing, and we didn't have this at the beginning, but on the app, so I've been in it today. So you got the long sleep sessions. If you go into the long sleep sessions, I made sure, I'll wait for this camera. There's a little warning there. It says, please, quick, please download to avoid buffering. So you've got to press OK to get to the 4-hour ones. So, no, they're all good. I mean, people get confused. I totally get that. But it's also in the FAQ. It's in the help section. So it's just, if you're watching and anyone has issues with buffering in general, you gotta download it. Otherwise, it's not gonna fully buffer. Like if you press play on a movie on Netflix and go to airport mode, it's not gonna fully buffer. It's just not gonna do that. So if you are watching, listening, always feel free to look at that. Thank you, Joe. That's so kind. So kind. That makes the difference. Really, really does. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, we put a few updates out. Android today, we did one because there was a little bug we had to fix, which iOS didn't have an issue. But we put an app update last week, so we're getting it better and better and better and better and better and better. Oh, right. Here's a question for you. Here's a guess. Who's Tanya? You definitely go to sleep. Well, only I can reply to those on the app. But I have done that. But here's the guess. So I have the ability to know how many people with the longest streaks of listening, if you've signed up, that is, and also the users with the most playlists. I will keep the identity of the person. How many playlists do you think is the maximum that a user has created? So you might have a playlist for morning, playlist for sleep meditations, or playlist for podcasts, or another one about a mixture of them, or one on a certain subject. What is the highest amount from one user with the most playlists that they've created? You ready? Steady. I want to know in the chat. If you're a larker, I want to know. Let's go. Oh, no, wait. Now let's go. I want to know the numbers. What's the amount? What's the amount? I see people saying already. A few more seconds. What's the highest amount of created playlists from one user? Mr. C is amazing. He is snoozing. Yeah, I mean, I have got all of that in there, but yeah, we could actually add a video version of me explaining it as well. So that's good, smart thinking right there. So we had a 23, a 22, and a 24. We got a 17. Go to bed. Go to bed. You ready for it? You ready? 63. Someone has created 63 unique playlists. I don't know if they can. No, I won't count if they've deleted. 63. In second place is 51. In third place, 47. Third place, 47. In fourth place, 23. Fifth place, 22. But someone has created 63 playlists, which is pretty awesome. I'd like to know what they are so I can like figure out. Even the person with the 51 and a 47. That's pretty crazy, right? That's not negative for the person. If you want to do that, it's fine. That's what it's there for. Now you know. There's a 30-second delay from when I'm seeing things or when you're hearing things. 63. I should give like a trophy. Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Not in a bad way. I don't want the viewer here listening. I don't want you to feel bad about it because that's what it's there for. But yeah, 63 in first place, 51 in fourth place, 47 in third. Then it's in the 23, 22, 22, 20, 20, and so on. Yeah, it's pretty. And because this new system, 701 playlists were created this month, and we only just implemented it this month, so it's all new. Probably even halfway through the month, and we've had over 5,000 favorites where people have hearted the title. 5,006. I could refresh it. It may not be. We should do a little competition because I also got to know what title was favored the most as well. Yeah, I'm not sure. I say you could do morning sessions. I have no idea how many emails I have, and I have no idea how many different subscriptions to your app I had. Too many phones. Well, good thing is, if you're on the same thing and the same ID, it won't charge you. But thank you for your support. Getting it on all those devices. How many topics should you be working at one time? I always tend to go, it's going to fall in line with actually what we're going to talk about today, but one which is the most important, or what you feel is more of the core. Get that done first. Say, for example, you've got anxiety and say weight loss. If anxiety is going to be helping you lose weight, because maybe you're doing comfort eating, do the anxiety first. If you have anxiety, you might want to alternate each night for like anxiety and confidence maybe, so you can be complementary there. So they're my two little things. Go either listen to them every other night, or one for 2 nights and one for the other night if they're complementary. If they're very different, say like a flying phobia and then say anxiety or confidence, then do whichever's most important to you first, which will allow you to feel better going into the other one. Well, the favored ones, that 5006, that's out of everyone, not just one person. Everyone who's been using it in the last 2 weeks, we've had 5,000. And Mina is one of those. Of many of those, maybe. Yeah, she got the news. Maybe it's chilling. This was back, I didn't see that one. How to auto structure your listening. Yep, I can do that. Maybe we'll do that Friday. But let's get on with the show. I'm gonna make it a bit shorter, potentially. We'll see. And reason being is I want to make sure we get things done. I don't want it to be a long thing, because get to sleep. How to go to sleep is not to watch a YouTube channel with comments live. Head to the Positivity Sleep one, 24/7. We love you here, but we also want you to be sleeping so you can have a real good trip away. So let's get on with the show. There's going to be episode 861. Probably true as well. Probably true. You're both trouble. And a few other people are trouble as well. Like Mina. And most of you are kind of trouble. Just varying levels of trouble, I guess. But a lot of you combined is a lot of trouble. But we wouldn't have it any other way. So, go to sleep, yes. And have a great trip. And yeah, let's get on today's show and see what happens. So I said I want to keep it very simplistic. I've got to remember the things I was thinking. So I'm going to slow down this music as slowly as I can. Let's get to it. Ready, steady, let's go. Welcome back to the podcast. My name is Joseph Clough, and this is episode 861. And today we're doing a topic on getting things done. This was actually requested just last week, and I thought, I don't know how many, because I've got episodes I kind of repeat and have different takes as I grow myself, and not everyone's going to be able to listen to all of them at different times. So some things may be familiar, but it was a really good suggestion of getting things done, and I thought it'd be a good idea to record this one. And then the next episode is going to be a hypnosis session for us. So think of this one as being the conscious level of understanding to then get the unconscious mind in the hypnosis session to really do more of the unconscious work, of course. And then if you are a subscriber to the app, you will also get a bonus sleep version of this hypnosis session we'll be doing next. So you have this one right now. The next episode will be like the day hypnosis, and then the bonus one will be the sleep one. So I'm trying to add bonuses every week of sleep sessions. We've also put in over 19 new 4-hour sleep sessions. Make sure you go ahead and download them before you turn your phone onto airplane mode. Otherwise, it won't be fully buffered, just so you know. I mean, it's good to know that to avoid being disappointed when it stops on a 50-minute mark or so, which it usually does. So just make sure you download any sleep sessions ideally. You can always download them if you want to at any time. But getting on today's subject about getting things done, one thing I've been very good at learning about anyway is getting things done. And it's something that I've always said to myself as like ferocious focus. It's just like a little word that I kind of had, and not everyone likes the word ferocious, right? So I get that. You can change it to anything that you want, but that's just my little kind of thing where I get kind of in the zone, tuned in, tapped in to the task at hand, regardless of other things happening. It's almost like you go into that flow state. But it can be very hard to get into that flow state for a number and a variety of reasons, from the external to the internal. So let's talk about the external thing first, and then we'll kind of venture into the internal, because it's important. We interact with the external world, and we also interact with the internal world. In other words, our thoughts, our feelings, and our behaviors, and all those types of things, our past programming. So when it comes to the external world, if you have trouble getting things done, things like when you feel procrastination or a lack of motivation, these are internal states, like internal thoughts and feelings and ideas about that external thing. It could be because you have many, many things, right? You may just have one thing, which we'll cover, but sometimes we can get into a level of overwhelm based on the one thing being too big, or that we have many of these external things that we have to get done. And then we get into this paralysis by analysis of what we've got to do. And sometimes even more than that, we don't have them out of our mind, so we don't write them down, so therefore it's very foggy in our mind. We can't really think straight. So number one, just get it down on a piece of paper, or write a little note on your phone or your computer of the things you need to get done. It doesn't matter how many. You might have 10, 20, 30, but they're in your mind. It's very hard to get done. So that's in the case if you have many, many things. So if you have many things, which is creating that overwhelm or that procrastination, that paralysis by analysis of figuring things out, then once you get them done, you have get them written down, you have two options. Number one, you figure out, or you do this technically as one thing first, but you still have two options with it. Having written them down, you think about what is the most important, or the biggest one that you have, and then go down in least priority, or smaller in energy of output to get the job done. Okay, so you're now evaluating it by order of magnitude to the smallest amount of things to get done. Then you have an option. And these are the two options I was going to say. You either go for the big one first, knowing that it's going to be the biggest sense of relief. So if you had 100% and that one big thing was taking up 50% of time and energy, or whether it be stress, and like I said, don't worry, we'll talk about the internal soon. But if you have that big amount there, once you let that go and get that done, you're releasing this big weight, right? So that is the one option. Go and get the big one done first. However, the second option only comes into play as an important part of the role, that if you feel that big one is too big, too enormous, then it just stops you get to do that thing. And otherwise you're like worried, fearful, and anxious, or you think that task is way too big. Get some of the small ones done first. What that does, it builds momentum. Right? So it gives you a win, in other words. If you can't win at the big one right now because it is too ginormous in the task and the feat of doing so, you get the small ones done, and it kind of creates this unconscious inner satisfaction of getting things done. So you get these quick small wins, which builds up momentum, whilst if we go in that percentage, like out of 100%, 50% being the big one, but if we got 5 others which just operate at like 2%, 5%, 10%, easier to do, but as you get them gone, then it's easier, you feel more certain, and then when you get to that big one, you have so much more energy to be able to do so. So just think about that as from a logistical point of view of getting things done. That's what I do. I figure out what's going to be the one thing, there's just me, the one thing that if I do consistently to do that, or tackle that one thing, I know I'm going to get there no matter what. But if it's too overwhelming, get the quick wins. Those quick wins will create big leaps in getting things done. Now, the other thing is that a lot of the procrastination kicks in when it comes to the lack of getting things done, is we don't see the value of that thing. Like I said, we'll deal with the internal soon. But if we just think of it from a psychological aspect, if we have one thing we really need to get done, for example, if you had a CV that you needed to really get like written out and refined, or maybe you had to do this one business project, what I want you to do is consider yourself once again almost like a percentage, but this time just like a horizontal line. We usually live right in the middle of that horizontal line, which I just think of like no man's land. Like, it's not that painful, it's not that hard, it's not that good, it's just easy. Like, it's easy just to be in this moment and do nothing. It's that, especially with social media these days, instant gratification is getting shorter and shorter. Our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. We can see this in social media because at first it was very much long form, or like blogs and articles, and then it went down to like pictures, and now it goes down to like stories, these like 10-15 second kind of clips, which we kind of cycle through. So our attention span is getting a lot shorter. So if we are procrastinating about something, we tend to go, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this other thing for more instant gratification because it's easier. Because doing nothing is a form of freedom. Now, in the no man's land perspective, like just being in the middle, it's easier to do nothing. It gives you a false sense of freedom. But at the back of the mind, that burden keeps on building up, right? Until the deadline passes, or we've got to just do it all in that 1 hour of time that we have left, or depending on the context of the situation, it just builds up despite doing these instant gratification of, well, I'm just gonna watch a bit of TV first. Actually, I'm just gonna scroll a little bit more on the feed, the feed of Instagram or Facebook or whatever one's, TikTok, or all out there. So we kind of get lost in that area of this no man's land. But I always say discipline actually creates freedom, not the other way around. So what I do to move myself out of this big no man's land is to try to gather as much evidence on both sides of why it's important. So if it were to be like a CV, I don't want to think about the CV right now. Not the CV itself. I want to be able to think about what the CV, once completed, will get me. Right? It's building in the value. So if I do that CV, I'm going to then get the job that I want. Okay, but what's about the job of the career? Well, it's going to give me more money. Okay, good. Well, what about the money? Well, it means I get more security. What about that? Well, I don't have to worry anymore. Well, what about that? Well, it gives me freedom to travel. It allows me to, well, not like another kind of angle, it allows me to kind of go up the ladder of the career. Or it's going to be able to pay into my investments or my pension. It's going to allow me to have more freedom to be able to socialize. Like, I want to try to stack up as many post reasons once I get that thing done, what it's going to mean to me. So that means it's not about the CV anymore. The CV is just a gateway. It's an action which gives me the gateway to all the good things. And even when people enter my program, I want them to come up with 100 reasons as to why it's important to change. Because those 100 reasons is going to be leverage. It's no longer about the CV, or it's no longer about this or that. It's no longer about the belief of not being good enough, because it's going to allow me to get all the things that I want. And that's a real positive, right? I'm thinking about all the real freedom it's going to give me. All the real great internal and external things. So that's that kind of motivating leverage beyond, say in this scenario, getting the CV done. I have to think about things differently. I've got to see things differently. It's not just a CV anymore. But then I'm a great believer to use what we have. So in the same way of leveraging the good, to pull us over to the good, sometimes we need to be aware of the consequence of not. Some people need to be scared. Some people need to feel some fear in the consequence. So then what I like to do is think about what will happen if I don't do this right now. What's going to happen? What's going to be the result? And it's not nice. It's not meant to be nice. And it's not bad about it not being nice, right? We've got to wake up. If it's going to be a reality, it's still reality. That is still one consequence. So don't shy away from it. Don't hide from it. It is a reality of a consequence if we don't do, in this scenario, like a CV. We're not going to get that job. We're going to be on the same income or no income if we haven't got a job. Maybe we might get evicted. Maybe we can't pay the rent. Maybe you can't go out and buy those nice things. You can't go on that vacation or holiday. Like, I want to be very consciously aware of the consequence of not changing in any context. I'm just saying CV as an analogy to paint a picture in your mind. So I want to be able to leverage that pain. I want to leverage the consequence, because I said that we're living in that no man's land of instant gratification, of doing nothing, postponing, procrastinating, self-sabotaging, all of those things. But how can I possibly begin to self-sabotage in the nature of the doing thing when I've stacked up all the absolute amazing beneficial things? It could be 5 years in the future what it will get you. It could be absolutely anything in all the different kind of dimensions of what it will get you, from your health, your career, your business, your life, your experiences, emotional, psychological. And then the negative leverage, utilize that acknowledgement of what's the good consequence, because then I cannot live in the middle. I've either got to do and be in the negative, which is going to be like the fire behind us to be able to, I've got to get out of here. Or we're very highly motivated, like the carrot and the stick analogy. I can't be in the middle. I've got to choose. And if it's worse and it's really, really good over here, unconsciously, we'll have to go ahead and make those changes. So I tried, that's like the logistics of it, from that very first beginning side of things, of if we have multiple things to do, focus on the big one first, if it's not overwhelming. So that means you free up all that space, or if that goal or that task is way too big that you kind of self-sabotage, then I ask you to focus on the small things you can do to get the wins, right? To build that belief and certainty and relieve some of the stress. And then the second example is, rather being in the middle lane of no man's land, try to increase the value of getting the thing done. Really build into what it will absolutely get you, way beyond the action of doing it, and absolutely become aware of the consequence of the negative too. So consequential positive, consequential negative. You can't stay in the middle if you're going to become consciously aware of these things, because it's reality. Like, we can't hide from the pain. It's going to happen if we don't get things done. We can't hide from the solution once we become aware of it. But now let's talk about the internal side. One thing we've got to understand is about self-sabotage or procrastination is we tend to not do those things based on certain fears that we may have. And it could be like the fear of failure, the fear of success, the fear of not being enough, the fear of being found out, the fear of being worthy or deserving, and all those types of things. So if you have those underlying fears, which come a lot from our belief systems, which we talk about a lot on this podcast, based on our programming, that if I don't believe I'm good enough, of course, I may not believe I'm good enough to fill out that CV or whatever endeavor it is. If I don't feel worthy of a job, I don't feel worthy of that career, or I think I'm going to bomb in that interview, or if I think about what my parents are going to think of me if I do this job I really want because they're expecting something different, of course, we're going to have this internal resistance. We're going to have this limiting set of thoughts and beliefs and associations related to the thing we need to get done. And those limiting beliefs, thoughts, and feelings will start to associate, well, I better not do this. I don't want to do this because what if I do fail? What if I do get found out? What if X, Y, Z happens? What are my parents going to think of me? So then it's our job to be able to be working on that core stuff. Like just doing the logistic stuff will probably solve a lot, but what we tend to do in one thing, we tend to do in many other things. And what we tend to do in many things is based around our identity in life or around life. So if I identify as not being enough, I tend to see that in many areas of my life. Not all areas, but in the back of the mind, they could creep into different areas. So if that is the case, and sometimes you can ask yourself, what belief do you have about yourself, which creates resistance, which creates these stresses and worries and strains? And that is what you've got to focus on. It is, compared to like the logistical stuff I've been talking about, the writing things down and understanding from the big to the small and all those types of things, from the second part of no man's landing, moving ourselves out of it, that's pretty easy to do. I mean, it's still something to do, but it's easier than letting go of a core limiting belief. If that is the case, if you're that kind of person who has a belief about themselves which is creating the self-sabotage, although the first thing I talked about is going to be really amazing, is vitally also important for you to work on that core. Because that core of us will be generating the symptom of procrastination, the symptom of self-sabotage. Because what you see within yourself, you'll see within the actions that you do or do not do. So if you then, for example, try this on, I know it's going to be very hard to do if you don't believe you are enough, because it's not in our reality. But if you could imagine, or even if it's so hard for you to try on yourself because you've never felt good enough for such a long time, imagine it as if someone else had the belief of being good enough. So whether you try it on as yourself being good enough, or you try on imagining what someone else would do, notice how their actions or your actions would be when you come from a place of I am enough, I am good enough, I am capable, I am worthy, I am deserving. I think you're going to see a huge contrast between where we are now with the belief of I am not good enough, for example, and then imagining another you or another person with the I am good enough. That I am good enough is going to get things done because you're self-certain in your own identity. And your identity generates those thoughts and feelings, which then generate what? Actions. Actions don't come from other things, really. They become, or the powerful ones come from our belief system that it's important to get this goal or dream. So do whatever you can, like listen to the next hypnosis session I'll release, or work with someone to get out your own way. It's very hard to get out and see your beliefs in a different way because they're your beliefs. But if you work with someone who works with the unconscious mind, then they can really help you with that. If not, listen to one of the hypnosis sessions consistently for like 30 days based on what you think could be the core issue. And that means you're doing the work. So listen to the hypnosis sessions, listen to the sleep sessions. And if you are listening, once again, download it, rather just go into airport mode. But that consistency, that discipline will create the freedom in the actions that you'll start to generate, because you'll feel unstoppable. So that kind of goes into the internal. Listen to the hypnosis sessions or work with someone like myself if you do experience like the imposter syndrome. But definitely apply those first two strategies of the highest to the lowest, to the quick wins to the big one, getting that done, or the increasing the pain, increasing the heaven, the good feelings there. And that is going to cause you to get things done. And remember, the next episode is going to be a hypnosis session implementing these ideas, even on the belief level and the self-certainty. And on top of that, if you're a subscriber of the app, you're going to get a bonus sleep version of it. And that means you just listen to it as you go to sleep. And it's super affordable compared to any other app out there. They're all pretty much double the price. From a yearly to the monthly, double the price. I did my research. That's why I wanted to do that. And that means you get the help and support that you need all in your pocket. And you can go ahead and download the app at freehypnosis.app. And you get all the free section in there. You get all the 4-hour sleep sessions. You get the morning meditations, the create your days, the every session on the hypnosis section is day and night form. You can download it, you can favorite, you can create playlists, and that means they'll go from one to another. And another little tip there is, if you are going to go offline once again, like airport mode, just make sure you download each one of the tracks, because you need to access the data, right? So if you haven't downloaded it on the playlist, it'll probably stop the playlist. So make sure you download it if you're going to go to airport mode on that one there as well. We also have audio programs in there. You can do many things, and I just hope you're getting value from it. And if you are, please go ahead and leave a review as well on the App Store. It just means other people will be able to get the help that they need. They can look at the reviews and therefore go, well, maybe this will help. I've got nothing else I can do. I'm just going to listen to this as I go to sleep. So your words absolutely support other people in getting the help that they need and absolute desire, and I believe they're worthy of. You would not believe how many emails we can get saying that they just found the app and they looked at the reviews, didn't even believe, by the way, believed in the reviews, but didn't believe it'll work for them, and it saved them. And I'm not saying that because, like, from me, yes, it's my work, but your reviews made someone not make a life-changing decision, and that's so important to me. So your words in a review can absolutely transform not only someone's life, but everyone in that life. Where, like we talked about, the negative consequences, not just one person being missing, it's the consequence of that person not being around anymore, and the family and children and all those things. So leave a review. It will help if you want to. You don't have to, but it definitely will help someone out there who really needs it. So I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for listening to this episode. Watch out for the next one. We get the day version, the bonus one on the sleep one for subscribers, and I look forward to speaking to you on a future episode. Many thanks. Let's get to work, get things done. Many thanks and goodbye. Okay. We did it. We got that one done. Episode 861. Done. We did it. Together. Mr. Kevin Michael Reed, all the way on Facebook. I like to do nothing. Sometimes better than all the other things I have to do. That's the instant gratification I was after. That's what we do sometimes. And sometimes it is okay to do nothing. It's just whether we wanna, if it's gonna support us. Like if you're on vacation, or if I'm on vacation, I like to pretty much do nothing. Read maybe, listen, eat, sunbathe. But other than that, it's pretty nothing. But only in certain times, I think. Maybe the weekend. But then if you have goals and dreams, maybe you've got to work at the weekend. Because even you, Ken Michael Reed, you're a big worker. You're a busy bee. Hey, Rosa, great to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All good, my friend. Yeah, the false sense of freedom is a big one. Me too, and thank you. And thank you for the person suggesting as well. The mindset stuff, the second part is so important, but the application of the fast part is super applicable and applicable. Thank you, Michelle. Once again, lots of good thoughts to your son and everyone in the area as well, with any potential hurricane, which will then just be nice and safe and secure. And thank you, Cheryl, for the super chat and your kind words as well. That really is awesome, and thank you so much. So there we go. And thank you so much. Yes, it will be on the is it Wednesday yet? I see what you did there. So you want to get things done. You want to get the hypnosis done. I noticed one of my camera's settings being too zoomed in again, but that's because I've been changing my camera around. I just don't know where it is. You could try and wait. But I know you got things to do. Whether it be sleeping, cooking, chores, passions, purposes. All the things. Let's see if it's going to be this one though. No, I like that one. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That's fine. Hey, where is it then? That one's fine. That one's fine. I'm sure I saw myself way too zoomed in. Clicking through all these profiles. Weird. I've gone through them all now. And they've all been fine. Unless I'm seeing things when I'm going live. Oh wow. I don't know. I can only test so much right now. Which is incredibly boring for you all, I'm sure. Oh well. There we go. So with that, be sure to hit the like button if you haven't. Got 17 likes so far, that's awesome. On YouTube, patreon.com/JosephClough. Maybe it's this one. This is a camera shot I don't like. But where is it? See, look, that's mad. Absolutely mad. I cannot find it, but when it plays, it plays. Oh well. So thank you all. I will be here on Wednesday for the hypnosis session. And I look forward to seeing you all. Yeah. Trying being the exact word. Trying comes from tried. Tried means failure, so-called failure, but we learn. But it's somewhere. It is somewhere. Thank you so much. You have a good rest of your day. Nice. You're most welcome. Get going. Get things done. That's true. I did see him when I was streaming or doing the thing. But I can do it here. But I don't want you to all be bored. Because just looking at me having a serious look with my, as Davey said, wheels going on in my head, it's probably a little bit boring. But there you go. Oh well. Do that. And do that. I just have to be standing here all evening trying to find out what it is. Okay. Well, it's not boring. Right, I'm going to solve this in the next 30 seconds. Let's just all just be quiet. Fine. We like that shot. Have a wonderful, great evening. This shot is fine. I can see when it's all on auto. So I've created these scenes which change every 5 to 10 seconds, but some are duplicated because they go back to back. So there's the same scene repeating almost. It's like a little playlist. Think of a playlist. Because my software does only allows it. So it's cycling through all these scenes. Now it's just on to another scene. And we're fine with this. Now the next scene's going to zoom in. Is it this one? No, zoomed in, but we like it. The next one will be me zoomed down. Or to the main, I call it main, and this one zoom. So feel free to go if you need to go, everybody. We're just testing. So you went back to main camera. Then it's going to switch over again to the same scene, which is main. right there. So it didn't change. The next scene will be a subscribe overlay, which should be fun. So feel free to leave the stream once again while I'm testing. See, that's the subscribe scene. So I create a little overlay that it switches to that. There's still 16 viewers, so this is the second cam scene. It's going to go back to the main scene. Now, no, yeah, now, main. Which is fine. Let's just chill out to music. And now we're going to go to a zoom scene in a second. Which we're fine with. Another zoom. Oh, thank you so much. 19 thumbs up now while I'm just testing. Thank you so much. So those was fine, we're just testing. That's true. And because then when it zooms out, it makes me look like I've dropped. If you know what I mean. The positioning's all wrong. It's like I'm this close. I'll turn down music a little bit as we test. So we're just cycling through the main ones now. I feel like we've come too far to stop. We're over halfway through the scenes now. I know I've got editing to do. If you see it, let me know. Nope, that one's fine. We can have some fun. So we need to unlock the scene anyway. Second camera coming up. We're only like 8 left. Brown. But I've got a white light, so it changes in the sun. I used to have blonde hair as a young child though. You found it? Did I just miss it? I don't see it. I can see which... One after this one? Oh my goodness, I missed it. I'm going back to the ones. This one's fine. Yes, you did. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm clicking them all. I can handle this one if you thought it was that one. It's gonna be one like this, but really zoomed in. That's fine. If you mean this one, I'm fine with that one. Because if I don't get too close to this one, if I go further away, it gets a bit blurry. Okay, I'm gonna probably just do this later, because I want to respect... I mean, you can pop off anytime you need to anyway. That one. Where is that? Pause. I found them. See those? We did it. You ready? We did it. I'll take that one. Okay. That one. See, that's how weird that is. It's like I'm stepping up and down. So... I'm just going to delete that one. See how weird it is? What I'm going to do... delete all of these. And hopefully it doesn't delete my stream. Okay, we did it. Yes. Thank you for bearing with me. I know what happened. Ah, thank you. Yeah, it does feel good. Well, I'm pleased it feels good, sorry. So, I'll tell you the errors of my waves. So I've got a folder of all these scenes. And when I was clicking all the scenes, they all seem to work, but I noticed there's another nested folder in which it auto-played into another folder, and all of those were zoomed in weird. So it seems like my software will then autoplay the next folder. So I just deleted that whole folder now. And we should be good. Yes. We did it. And now we can end the stream. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your eye. For looking out for those things. Now that means on the next stream, it'll be all fixed. We don't really use this scene change that much on a Wednesday, but We did it. And thank you from joining from the Facebook to the YouTube, because Facebook does mute us for silly reasons. But YouTube doesn't, because they're good like that. They understand I have licenses. So thank you, friends. I will get on to editing this episode. I'll have to have an extra marker now, so people know that this is the testing area. And I will speak to you all on Wednesday. So we'll do another little quick test. I'm sure it won't work, but ultimately I'm going to change one scene over here, and then after that I'm going to end the stream, and then it may or may not take you to the 24-hour stream. So we'll see. But thank you for all your help on the test. Thank you for help on throughout, from the beginning of the start of the stream, and thank you for being here. Many thanks, and goodbye.